Hello everyone, welcome back to SLOTRO, the Lord of the Ring edition here. I think I have those backwards. Anyway, this is Gnarlrynae. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. We are down here at, is it Mud Bottom Pond, I believe is the name of it. We are working on the Farmers Faire, and I have never done any of this stuff for y'all. Not down here with Gnarlrynae, of course, and as we said, we're always showing the first time we go through a quest. These are all dailies, of course. First time we go through a quest, I always want to show it off. Make sure everyone knows what's going on, and here we are at 2:45. Everything resets at 3, so we'll be doing a couple of these twice, but we're going to go through and show you how the little, be sure and show you how the quest runs. We're going to talk to Petunia here, who seems to be rather upset. She is sitting there crying.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Hired hook. Fishing is disgusting. I had no idea my dinner would be so vile before my mother turns it into a meal. My brother usually catches fish for us, but I gave him some sass about it, and now he claims he won't until I know what it's like to catch my own dinner. I'm told I must dig up worms before I can start, but I would rather starve than go anywhere near a slimy worm. I will pay a handsome reward if you're so good as to help me. Handsome rewards, 4 Farmers Faire tokens. That sounds pretty good. And we have never done the Farmers Faire on her before, ever. She's seen no tokens whatsoever. We won't be getting a horse, because we still can't ride horses yet, so we're not saving up for the horse, but I would like to buy the 2 kites that are available this time around. I got the kite of the golden grain, I think is one of them. Moist earth is perfect for digging up wriggly, squelchy worms. Indeed it is. Let's go on over here, drop it in the bait bucket. Don't have to actually click on the bucket. All you got to do is get close enough. So let's go ahead and do it again. And we'll take a look at what the bait bucket says, too. I'm sure it's got a blurb. A bucket for delicious fish bait. So we're going to continue that. We have to collect 5 of these. Said this is one of the dailies. No issues with that. I love all those mushrooms along the side of the river here. Very nice. Nice little frills. That is what these are called, frills. I am pretty sure, I would have swore that at some point in time that Gnarlo had been down in the Midgewater Marshes, because I was talking in the last episode, I believe it was, yeah, down in the last episode about the placed worm in the bait bucket. Now we got to go tell Petunia that the bait is ready. I would have swore that we had been there and with Gnarlo, and I was going to do a comparison, show you what the marshes look like with all the frills and the grass and the bushes and all that turned on compared to how it was back in the day. But by God, if it doesn't actually exist. I don't think he ever went on any of those. There's a mission where you go into the marshes, but on the Trail of Amdir, but it's on the human quest, I believe it was. I believe it's the human prologue that you do that, so missed out on that. Anyway, so you dug up the worms? Good. Now what do I have to do? You explain the next step in fishing is generally to place the bait on the fishing line's hook. What? That's disgusting. I won't do it. I won't. You do it. Apparently, Miss Hornblower has no intention of baiting the fishing line herself. Reminds me of many a fishing trip I'd been on. Anyway, let's run on over here to the bait bucket. In this case, we do have to click. And we are baiting the hook. What hook? I'm not really sure, because we're not carrying a pole. Are we? No, we're not carrying a pole. That would have been an opportunity for it. Bring the baited pole to Petunia Hornblower. Unless we're tying a string to our staff here, and I don't see that happening. We're back to Miss Petunia. All right, my lady, here you go. How horrid! That poor worm is still wriggling. What am I supposed to do with that? You explain that the fishing line must be cast into the water so the fish will be tempted to nibble at the bait. You want me to drown it now? That's cruel. I simply won't do it. Catch those fish yourself, if you please. Miss Hornblower is horrified by the barbaric act of fishing, so it seems you must continue to lend a hand. We can do that, but first we're going to actually have to buy a fishing pole.
What can I do for you this fine day?
There we go, because we don't even have a fishing pole in Miss Drudger here. Once again, a very appropriate name. There we are. Very appropriate name, because it looks like we're going to have to do all the drudgery. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We are going to do... Have I ever been fishing with her? Do I have the skill of fishing? Let's look under hobbies. Am I going to have to go learn fishing? I'm going to have to learn fishing. Is there a hobby master? Thank God there's a hobby master here. So we get to do that as well.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Have you always wanted to relax by stream or pond, cast your line into the sparkling waters, and catch a fantastic flounder or a perfect pike? With the fishing hobby, now you can. Just find an ideal fishing spot. Any body of water would do, but some will be more bountiful than others. And equip your fishing rod. Cast your line with the fishing action button, wait until something takes the bait, and push the fishing action button again to reel in your catch. Hopefully it's the fish of your dreams and not the one that got away. Minimum level 5. Ooh. Hobbies learned. You just picked up a hobby. Just as you do with skills, the hobby has to be dragged onto your quick slot bar to make it accessible. Open your hobby panel via the start menu under character and drag the hobby onto an available quick slot. I'm surprised it didn't automatically go on there. Very surprised it didn't automatically go on there. And that at some point in time, it seems like they got so that most of the skills and everything else you earn automatically populated your bar. Okay, now let's try this again. We are going to cast it. As you see, I have, it's the little spinny thing on the icon there. I have got DirectX 11 working again. It's like, yay! Basically, I found out that, I guess during all my time of trying to get the game running, back when I had to reinstall it and nothing was actually working well, we just went up. Fishing increased to 2. You just increased your proficiency in a hobby. As your skill increases, you will open up the possibility of obtaining new or better outcomes. There may be a limit to how many times a hobby can be increased per day. I know most of the combat skills, I think, are like that. They are limited to a certain amount that you can do in a day. There we go. So we are going to continue fishing until we've gotten all the fish. But yeah, I found out, just in case that ever becomes an issue, that I had gone in. One of the things I had done to try to get running again was go in and set the compatibilities. So I had it all running just weeds this time, but it did go up to 3. I had all the compatibilities running for Windows XP or Windows 7. I think I tried them both. Needless to say, DirectX 11 doesn't run with either one of those. So once I set the compatibilities back, I got DirectX 11 back. Yay! Everything looks quite a bit prettier. It's a subtle difference. You know, things like if you look, my arms are casting shadows on my body, that sort of thing. The water and the water's edge is a little bit better. Once we get underneath some trees, you'll notice the shadow of the trees moving. Like I said, it's a subtle difference. It's like the first time you turn on ambient occlusion in Minecraft. You know, back in the day before it became part of Minecraft, it was a mod called Better Lighting. But it's like that. The first time you cut it on, it's a subtle change, but once you turn it off, you recognize it right away. You realize something is wrong. Did we get a fish that time? We got a second fish. All right, I'm going to keep fishing until we've got all 5 of them, and we will see you when that happens. There we go. We caught the 5th suitable dinner fish. Let's just take a look right quick. Is there a blurb? There is a blurb for the dinner fish. Of course there are. A fish perfect for an impressive hobbit dinner. Okay, let's go back over to talk to Miss Petunia. What makes you think that we aren't finished with this yet?
Hello there.
5 fish! Marvelous! How slimy they are. But no matter. My brother will be impressed. That is all that is important right now. Where do you think you're going now? You don't expect me to bring these all the way to my brother in Hobbiton, do you? Please deliver these at once before they spoil. Thank you very much. Perhaps you should think twice before you agree to help Petunia Hornblower again, for it appears she will never let you be finished. I wish I could say it like Margot Ledbetter. Thank you very much. Jerry! My favorite Britcom of all time. And over here it was called Good Neighbors. Over in England it was actually known as The Good Life. And I think there was, if I remember right, it couldn't be called The Good Life over here because I think there was an American show that was called The Good Life. They didn't want it to be confused with it, but Margot was on there, and that's the way she would always, whenever anything would happen, it was always, that's the way she was always show her passive aggressive. Well, thank you very much. Here's Hal. Hired hook.
What do you need?
That sister of mine certainly does take her time to catch her fish for dinner, but still, I am impressed. She caught 5 fish for dinner. To be honest, I didn't think she had it in her. She is not so useless after all. I bet you couldn't catch 5 fish on one day. It runs in the family, you know. Yes, something runs in your family indeed. All right, now we have to go and convince her to let us be done with helping her for the day. Let us go on back. Another example of frills. I love this field of flowers here. Such pretty, and the way they wave in the wind. Let's get over here. Do we have the shadow? Yep. As you see there, look at the shadows of the leaves moving around. And the way they move on us as well. That's all part of DirectX 11. Like I said, it's subtle things like that, but once you see it and once you know it's supposed to be there, it just doesn't, you feel it's missing whenever it's not. Let's say that. You can definitely tell the difference. Oop, up and over it again. Let us talk to Miss Petunia one more time. Get our reward from her. Thank you for helping me catch my dinner, Gnarlrynae. Now I just need you to... What's that? You don't want to help me anymore? Well, I suppose you've done enough for today. Boom. All right. Hired hook is done, and we got our first Farmers Faire tokens. Very good. Okay. Now, let's go on over here. Who's next? Bolo Bolger. Oops, nope. Let's go to Goldie Tunnelly.
I want a word with you.
Pond or thief? Help! I've been robbed. That pond is a thief, and it has taken everything I own throughout the course of the day. If you're useful at all, you'll thrash that pond until it gives back everything I've dropped in. So she's got a list of goods that is gone into the lake. Lost spectacles, her chair, her hat, and her teacup. And we get 4 Farmers Faire tokens for this. So let us go on down. The same kind of thing. I'm going to keep fishing until I find all the various pieces. And we will see how that goes. Actually, let me angle this way a little bit so I don't cross lines with the other gentleman there. Although there are the occasional bobbers out there that are there for God knows what reason. Okay. So there it is. We're going to continue the fishing. This one tends to go even a bit slower than the other one does. But I don't mind because I love my fishing quests. So I will see y'all after we have collected all 5 items that Goldie has lost in the pond. Okay, we have found the entire list now. Let's take a look and see if they are in our inventory. Indeed they are. And we'll actually be able to take a look at them here. Chair. A chair that fell into the pond. Was everything going to be that fell into the pond? Spectacles that fell into the pond. A teacup that fell into the pond. A hat that fell into the pond. A list of the lost goods that fell into the pond. If it were not so smudged from being underwater, it would be very helpful in finding all the lost goods. Can we right-click it or left-click it? Nope, it's not going to do it. It is too smudged from being fallen into the pond. Hello, Goldie. Here's your stuff.
Cannot a body be left alone?
I'm glad you showed that thief of a pawn who's boss. Someone needs to keep some order around here, or this town will go straight to the dogs. Right. 4 more Farmers Faire tokens. And yes, we have our turned off because, as we said before, you can tear through some experience doing this. You can really rip on through it. Okay. At this point, I am going to hold off. There's only like 2 more minutes until everything resets, so I want to be able to do that. I don't want to be in the middle of something and have it reset on me. So I will see you in just a moment when we start working for Bolo Bolger over here. And I knew it wouldn't be more than a minute or two. You see, Goldie and Petunia have both reset. We're not going to do those right now. I will be doing them again today, but no, not going to do those. We've done them already. So at this point, let's show Bolo Bolger. What does Bolo want?
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Big fish, little fish. I do love to fish. Who doesn't? It's a fascinating sport, riveting, with all of that nasty competition. Why, just the other day I caught an enormous fish, while those around me who were partaking in the event could catch naught but little fish. The jealous looks they gave me were as savory as the stack of mushroom pies. What sort of fisherman are you, Gnarlrynae? Do you catch big fish, or are you more inclined to catch puny, stunted, useless little things? The outcome of the quest is based on luck and not affected by fishing skill. So as you see, we got to catch 7 big fish and avoid the 5 little fish. Same once again, down here to the pond, stick our hook into the water and see what we catch. So we will catch you when we will come back when we have accomplished that once more. So far the count here is standing at 3 big fish and 3 little fish, so we're tied, although in the case of a tie, the little fish will make us fail first. Other thing is, our proficiency has now increased to 11. As you see, hobbies daily maximum. Every hobby has a maximum daily proficiency, and you have reached that maximum in one of your hobbies. You can check your current status at any given hobby by opening the hobby panel via the start menu under character. So the most you can get in fishing is 10 points a day, 10 levels a day, and we have achieved that. We have also achieved, whenever we hit level 10, so you see we've got a notification, title awarded, Apprentice Angler. You are an apprentice angler. And it looks like a deed bestowed. Fine Fair Fishing, 2 of 7. We have to complete Hired Hook, which we did. We have to complete, looks like Pond or Thief 3 times. And complete Big Fish, Little Fish 3 times. And we'll get 5 Farmers Faire tokens. Okay. What do you get for, do you get a title or just that? Enjoy fishing at the Farmers Faire. You have hired yourself out to fish for a prissy hobbit. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, back to the fishing, and we'll see you whenever we pass it or fail it. I was afraid of that. Had the 5 puny fish, so we failed it. Bolo, unfortunately, we fail. We don't have to go back and embrace our shame with them. But fortunately, the barter over here has no problem
A
with puny
lovely day,
fish.
isn't it?
He has no problem with the big fish. Let's see. We got big fish. What an impressive fish you caught. The fishermen around you are jealous. Good for you. This fish can be bartered. Yep, and we've got just enough. We can get rid of all of them. Barter and barter. And that gets us 6 more Farmers Faire tokens. Let's go down here to the puny fish. Fortunately, for every 5 you catch, so if you fail it, you get 3 tokens for it. A fish that is puny and small. You notice that the fishermen around you are looking at you with less respect in their eyes than there was a moment ago. How embarrassing for you. And a Farmers Faire token. I gotta read that. A token given to you for your participation in the Farmers Faire. There we are. 3 more tokens. So you build up tokens quick here. How many are we up to now? We are up to 17. I believe that is almost enough to get a kite. And all we really have to do on her, I know right now, is get the 2 kites. She can't get the horse. And the horses are 60, I think? Yeah, I think there's 60 tokens for a horse. So we're just going for the kite right now.
Stay and have some tea.
Mr. Flobert Chubb, I would really dearly love to know if anyone in the history of this game has ever passed this quest. And if that's why they named it such as they did. Fishy. Very fishy. As we said at the end of the last episode, I wonder if the chances of winning the Powerball are actually higher than the chance of winning this quest. That would be interesting to know. We got to catch, as you see. I have just the challenge for you, Gnarlrynae. I hope you like a good gamble. You have an excellent opportunity to fish up all the lovely fish you want, and those fish will naturally earn you admiration in the fisherman faction, as well as the fine rewards that go with it. However, one bad fish can spoil it all. Just one fish, and it's all over for the day. Your luck is done. That fish may be elusive at first, but the more you fish, the more likely you are to pull up that ominous fish that nobody wants. Best of luck to you. You'll need it. Once again, based on luck. We start off catching the easy fish. You got to go through, I'm wanting to say there's at least 5 levels, possibly 6. I've never, ever heard of anyone with the amazing angler. If anyone knows that there is, and I've even gone on and Googled it. If anyone knows, if anyone has ever gotten the amazing angler, they haven't bragged about it in the forums that I know of anyway. Let us go ahead and try that. This is hopefully going to be a long slog. Because hopefully we're going to be the first person to ever get it, and we will catch it on film, correct? Correct. Here we go. I will see y'all again in a while. Okay, that actually went by pretty quickly. We have finished the first tier. We've caught the 10 easy fish. Now let's start working on the 10 simple fish and see how those go. Isn't this exciting? As I said, it actually went by a lot quicker than I thought I did. Let's see if we got the first simple fish out of the way. And we do, so only 9 more to go. And there I am stomping. You caught the bad fish. Your luck is done for the day. Failed fishy, very fishy. Only on the second darn one. Alright. Fortunately, it is just like the other fishing quest. You can bring your results back over here to the barter
A lovely
vendor.
day, isn't it?
And we've caught just enough of the easy fish. A fish that wasn't too hard to catch. Well done regardless. Need 10 of those. Well, 5 of those for a point. And we have just enough to get 2 more tokens. Down here, the bad fish, you have to fail 5 times for that. Yuck, you lose. Better luck next time. It looks like you're done with fishy, very fishy for today. So there you go. I believe that completes all the fishing quests here. It does. I'm going to repeat Petunia and I'm going to repeat Goldie. Get our tickets. And I think that will be all that we do for this particular episode today. So thank y'all for coming along. I know it's not much traveling along with the quest line here, but we will be doing that. This is just, think of this as a bonus episode, kicking in here to add on top of the one that we did yesterday, where we did the Lore Master quest. So we will see you next time, and then I will think about which one of the annoying little prissies I'm going to do first, and we will see you then. Bye bye.